Now to the blatantly racist comments from a sitting U.S. senator while talking about crime at a Trump rally for candidates in Nevada on Saturday. Alabama Republican and former Auburn University football coach Tommy Tuberville said this.
The Democratic Party, they have a majority. They could stop this crime today. Some people say, well, they're soft on crime. No, they're not soft on crime. They're pro-crime. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bull. They are not owed that.
And that's just blatant. That's just awful. Joe?
It's a combination of really,
just awful.
Remarkably stupid. One of the dumbest statements ever made. You can tell he's struggling just to get through it while inhaling and exhaling. This is a guy that didn't understand the basics of World War II. He's sort of Herschel Walker before Herschel Walker, minus the moral stuff. We don't know about his life, but he was extraordinarily ill-equipped to be United States Senator, but he coached football, so let's go ahead and send him. Good luck, Alabama, over the long run. That's the first part. Second part about it, though, is Tommy Tuberville knows exactly what he was doing. He was basically using a racist attack without exactly using the racist term. And Rev, all of the implications here that black people want what you have, that black people are all criminals, which is, if you actually read the text of it, that's what he's saying. This is straight out of the 1950s. And he's saying it in 2022. I want to get a quote here that Jonathan Capehart had in his Washington Post column this morning, which really, I think, kind of puts it all into perspective here. This is Jonathan Capehart in his Washington Post column this morning. He said Lee Atwater bluntly broke down the strategy in a 1981 interview. You start out in 1954 by saying the N-word. By 1968, you can't say the N-word, except Atwater was actually saying it. That hurts you. It backfires. So you say stuff like forced busing, states' rights, and all that stuff. Is what Lee Atwater said in 1981. And here we are 41 years later. And actually, Tuberville is going even further. I would say it's shocking. It is shocking. I'm sorry. I think I'm just naive. I'm actually shocked that somebody would be this morally depraved when it comes to race and racism, that they would do that, thinking that's how they got votes. But this is where the Trump Republican Party is right now.
And he said it on the stage of a Donald Trump rally. And, of course, it goes in line with Donald Trump playing the race card. To go back, as you accurately say, to 1950s, they want what you want, and then make them, which is black, synonymous with crime, and act like crime is some kind of way to give reparations for legitimate quest by many of us to deal with how do you repair the damage of slavery and Jim Crow. But that's now criminal, and we're robbing people. Fact of the matter is that where there is crime from blacks, it's mostly against other blacks, unfortunately. So it is factually off. But to stand there in Alabama and act as though that some form of reparations is they want what you want, it's you. It was also what they used to tell whites that were not being treated fairly in the economy, that were working at low-wage jobs with no guarantees. At least you're better than them, and they're trying to take what you want. It's playing on the intelligence of whites and blacks, and they ought to be offended by that in Alabama. As you know, I have relatives in Alabama, and I'm telling you, the standard of living of whites there should be demanding more out of the Republicans rather than playing this, they want what you got. well, look at what you got. And they gave it to both of us, something that is not fair, while they gave tax cuts to the rich. The same Donald Trump that was standing on that stage.
So listening to blatant racism from that sitting senator, and then back to Herschel Walker, I'm just looking at this piece in The Atlantic written by Jamel Hill, saying that Herschel Walker's candidacy is insulting. It's insulting, especially to African Americans. Would you agree with that? I mean, what is this saying, that they continue no matter what comes out? And they knew that this was an extremely flawed candidate from the get-go. Anything that's coming out, even though it's shocking, it's so saddening to see a man not even recognize a woman that he pushed to have 2 abortions and a child that he had with her. That's sad as it gets. But for Black Americans, is it condescending to a sense that these Republicans would elevate him?
It's extremely condescending because when you look at someone as learned and as astute as a Stacey Abrams running in that state, and Reverend Warnock,
yep.
Raphael, who went to school, seminary here, I know him. He's worked here and he's pastoring a historic church. And act like any black will do. Just throw a black out there. That's what Donald Trump did. Get a football guy. And it doesn't matter what he did. He might have a bunch of kids. Who cares? Any black is the same black. That is the insult Jamil is saying. Mm-hmm. Any black will do. You never achieve being beyond whatever the ones that have made whatever errors in life. It doesn't matter that you went and did everything right. Any black can be equated with you, and they'll go for it. And that's what they said. That's the insult here. And I think that Jamel Hill is absolutely correct. You could not anywhere in the world equate the background of Herschel Walker with Raphael or Stacey Abrams when it comes to their character and their discipline. I don't down him for having mental health issues. I don't down him for making mistakes.
Right.
But live up to them, repent for them, and then go on. These people did not make those mistakes. So don't act like there's an equal journey here and that any black will do. People died to give people the right to run for the U.S. Senate and be black in the state of Georgia. People literally died, black and white, Jews and Gentiles. Goodman, Cheney, and Schwerner died to give Herschel Walker a right that he is absolutely disgracing.
Squandering.